word son. I think I mentioned this before. It's the word bar. It has to do with cleansing. If you add an aleph, it's creation, or to create bara. So there's a lot of connection to the function of a son. And the Son of Yahweh, of course, is the pinnacle of that function. And we as sons of God, which is similar to the Son, he's the firstborn, we are secondborn or born after him, so you're born into sonship. And the concept of sonship is also the concept of the Mashiach, as we know it before, Isaiah 61. And basically proclaim that he is the Messiah, he's the anointed one, bringing liberty to the captives, and so forth. And in Hebrews, he's also referred to as the King. He's also the begotten Son, according to Hebrews. Today I have begotten you, you are my son. So it sounds like that he was born on that day, but he was spoken to as an sort of, if you think about it, an adult, and say, today I have begotten you. So the word begotten is also the word that means to bring forth, or another way to say, I've appointed you, but you come from me. That's the idea. So it's different to appoint someone externally. You come into my house, you do this, that, and the other for me, I appoint you to do this. But if you are part of the household, it's a different appointment altogether. And then another high level or deeper step is when you come from the one appointing you. And that's the intimacy aspect of the Father and the Son, and the appointment within that. And even a deeper extension of that is that Yeshua is Yahweh, and he is part of Yahweh. So it's like Yahweh saying to himself, today I've decided to use my right arm and my right hand to do certain things in the world. Today I've appointed my right arm and right hand to do these things. And the idea of the right arm and the right hand is just for our benefit to understand the spiritual concept, which is very hard to explain in the first place. From our point of view, we see the symbolism of the arm and hand. The right side means spiritual, so it's coming from the spiritual, something we don't understand, but at least we know it's a strong arm. The right arm is normally a strong arm. It's an arm of strength. It's the arm that's got the know-how. You've got your dumb hand and your intelligent hand, so to speak. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is more intelligent than my left hand regarding doing fiddly things. In the same way, the right hand or the right arm is the concept and idea of someone who knows what he's doing. And what he's doing is coming from a spiritual point of view. And he's basically appointed to do that. That's the idea of today. I've begotten you as my son. Father, of course, the idea of father. Just to recap, father is the word av, that means also originator, the origin. And the son, bar, means to come forth from. So you can see the connection between the two. The one is the origin, the other one comes from the origin or the originator. And they are connected in essence, which we know as Yahweh. That's why Yeshua is also known as God, as Elohim, as Yahweh. And hence the term the Hebrews use is that he is referred to as God, which is a quote from, I think it's Psalm 45, that he referred to Yeshua as Elohim, and he also referred to Yahweh as Elohim, and that the one Elohim appointed the other Elohim. Now Elohim in itself, the translated word God, is more a function than the essence of. What I mean with saying that is that Yahweh is the essence of who he is. Now Yeshua is part of Yahweh because he's of the same essence. He's the exact image, the exact glory, the Shekinah, all the attributes of Yahweh exist within him. And then there's a lower part, an extension on a lower level, which is called Elohim. Now, Elohim is basically all the disembodied entities or spirits or beings that exist in the spiritual. Even if your grandma died, she's now part of Elohim. She's disembodied, and she exists there if she's part of the household of Yahweh. And she's now part of the Elohim on a lower level. Doesn't mean that she's appointed to do something within the realm of Elohim. Elohim on the council level, you can Google and YouTube Mike Heiser. He described the concept of Elohim and the realm of Yahweh's government system, which is known as Elohim. And if you want to picture that a bit clearly, it's King Arthur and the round table, and all the people sitting around the round table. His council members, so to speak, they are Elohim. But then you get Elohim who doesn't sit around the round table, but they have other functions within the kingdom. But they're also part of Elohim. So Elohim is a group name that describes every aspect of Yahweh's kingdom in a spiritual sense. So referring to Yeshua as Elohim and Yahweh as Elohim is accurate because they both come from that realm, or from that function as being actively part of the kingdom, ruling the kingdom, so to speak. And as I said earlier, Elohim has got different levels. The top of Elohim is Yahweh. The bottom of Elohim is your grandma, who's just a believer, who just died the other day and she's now in heaven. Old terminology, of course. And you get different functions as within the ranks of Elohim. Now, where Yeshua sit, he sit in the realm of Elohim, and all the angels are there as well. They're also referred to as Elohim. And Yeshua is of stature greater, a level higher, an authority level the greatest, right underneath Yahweh, the Father, as the Son, which is the second down. There's no one that can take that place because he is coming from the Father, and he's got the essence of Elohim, and not the angels, not your grandma, nobody else has got the essence of Yahweh. You are outside of Yahweh, adopted into the household, part of the household, and you can be part of Elohim based on what you do in this life. You'll get a reward, and that reward is basically giving you a level within the kingdom of Elohim. So that just gives us a bit of context around why Yeshua is referred to Elohim, why Yahweh is referred to Elohim. So God, in a sense, is not really God, it's more the realm of the kingdom. Yahweh is the only true God, the highest God. Yeshua is sitting there right up at that level, on his right, to his right, and his essence of the Father comes from the Father. So we're going to look at, when we study chapter 1, we're going to look at 3 Psalms. You can read those Psalms, also Isaiah 61. It's starting with Psalm 2, then it's Psalm 102, and then Psalm 45. And they all link in with Hebrews chapter 12 as well. So if you read chapter 12, you get the theme of that. And then you read the other Psalms, then you get the backdrop of what chapter 1, Hebrews chapter 1 is all about. So you need to understand that before we can jump in. So I'm going to spend some time in the first lesson of chapter 1, just going through the Psalms to get the context first, and then we'll jump into what the writer of Hebrews was actually trying to tell us, with that in the back of your mind. So I hope you have a great day, and be blessed. Shalom.